And yet again, our bottom targets have been met with accuracy. The broader markets are set for a potential pullback in the early session tomorrow, and this sets the ticker with a massive bi-daily historical volatility signal that can present a return of 30 points. Let's dive into the charts for a true edge over price action. Welcome back to the channel on this Thursday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol TSLA. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol TSLA, and what you're observing here is the 6-hour chart on the right-hand side and the 5-minute chart on the left-hand side. Let's focus first on the 6-hour chart, and this is going to display to us the potentials of a continuation to the downside because of a very important inflection zone that I have been talking about, team. Please notice here that this is the target, or these are the targets that I was expecting to hit from yesterday, and we nailed them, right? So we hit 228.20 and 226.53, and in the after hours, we actually continued to the downside here, completely closing another candle, a 6-hour iteration. By the way, I mean, we even closed an 8-hour too, right? So this, I think I can do it even in the 6 and even in the I can do it even on the 12-hour. Okay, great. So even better. So closing beneath these targets here, team, and also closing this 12-hour iteration beneath or below the prior bar low, that completely sets us up for a continuation to the way down. And that is this signal here, team, is probably going to have our volatility versus stochastic momentum by daily setup completely fired off for a potential 14.8% average. I'm talking about a drawdown, okay? 14.7 is what? 30 to 40 point drop from where the signal fires. So tomorrow is a very important day for us to see what could be happening with the Tesla stock. So let's go ahead and kind of observe the markets here, right? So I don't want to actually look at the LRC here, not yet at least, right? So first of all, yeah, that's the whole thing there. We just wanted to see the 12-hour time frame and the 8-hour, right? You can see that these candles are not returning anything from which they have lost already, right? So you can see here complete. I mean, that's this is pretty much a 99% Maribozu, right? So these these are completely powerful towards the downside, team. So now in the earlier or the immediate short term, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at this. Even in the bi-hourly, I think we could read it. Yeah, bi-hourly time frame too, right? So we had a little bit of a weird, a weird shaped, possible double shoulder, head and shoulder formation, right? So I guess I could just like probably put these things like over here and like over. Oh my goodness, come on, man! Like over here, right? So you have you have the head here, you have the double shoulders, and the bottom side target for this, we almost hit it today, right? But I expect this to be the next target to hit in the early session tomorrow by 223.86. And that is by taking this trend line here from the top side of the formation all the way down to the formation's neckline, right, which is down here. And then you apply it. To the lower part of, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit because it would have to be in between both shoulders. And yeah, so I believe this target to be 222.84 adjusted, right? So 222.84. Let's see where that kind of puts us, right? So actually, yep. That puts us in a new range. So let me go ahead and kind of draw that in, right? So 222.84. It's going to be a little hard for me to get there. It's 222.85. Probably going to hit it. Okay, 83 is fine. And the top side of this, that wick there. So 222.07. So actually, one of my analysts in the one of my analysts in the Discord, actually Fern5, he actually said, give me 220 on the asset, right? And I told him that probably 223.86 without noticing this correction. But my man here, Fern5, actually said, make a grown man cry. Haha, yeah, he goes, just kidding, give me 220 and a burrito and I'm all out, unless ARCa. So I think he's dead on the money, right? So we actually may be headed down to that target of about 222.07, right? So this is absolutely close to the target that he was already looking at, right? So very, very impressive times here, even from the ARCa Bulls members. But please notice that this is definitely it's actually setting up a dead cat bounce on the bi-hourly as well. Okay, so let's let's take into consideration here psychological formation before we get into the statistics, right? Because know for a fact that we've been actually talking about these downside targets for like a week and a half. You know, Cryptic Trader and I and the team here, we've been putting together this play here all along the way, right? So we've been nailing these targets while everybody thinks it was going to go up, team. Yeah, it's all good. But let's go ahead and apply this to the downside like this, right? So that would be your implied bottom side of your dead cat, right? So yeah, this is taking price action down to the area of about 220.40, completely confluent with the head and shoulders target as well. Okay, now what we can do too is take into consideration in a Fibonacci extension target, right? So let's do it from, let's do it from here, right? From the last bi-hourly candle before things capitulated, right? So let's go ahead and add it to the price action just like this and see if we have anything rhyming down there. Okay, actually I need a little more room, so let's just do it from the range low to the range high to get ourselves a deeper extension, right? So let's do it just like that and apply that to the top side of the price action there. And yeah, actually I do think that we have a potential here. I'm going to go ahead and extend. I'm going to go ahead and extend our range here down to the 1.272 at 221.25, right? And this would be our focus to the 222.40. All right, so that is the range. Damn, that is the range that I'm looking at here for Tesla, right? This thing is just you know, it's a gift that keeps on giving, apparently, right? So I hope that, you know, you're definitely don't be long this right now, right? Not financial advice, because this thing is getting prepped for a historical downside move. All right, so now we know the targets here for the immediate short term, right? So this could be tomorrow's play. Now, the play that I'm really looking at, though, I mean, team, we've been looking at this from way up there, right? The real play, though, it's not this. I mean, I know that that's a great gainer. Sure, I'm really talking about a potential, you know, 4 to 5%. I'm sorry, 4 to 5 point drop here. But that's cool. You know, we'll play the ranges on that in the markets. It's all good, right? But the main move here, like the main squeeze, and unfortunately, it isn't a squeeze at all, actually. All right, so just first of all, team, please remember that yesterday's target that we are talking about could have been down to 224.37, and today's price action, let me see, 224.37. Yeah, and we came down to 225, right? So we were, you know, just a couple cents away from the actual target that we were talking about yesterday. But yes, this was our zone here. It was 226.46 to 221.63 with a focus of 224.37. We ended at 225.05. Pretty damn 225. Sorry, pretty damn impressive. All right, so so the next targets, I do believe we have some strong downside here. Now, in my own discretion, from prior to this analysis that we just did right now, to the targets down here of 221.25 to 222.83 with that focus of what was it again, 222.40. My discretion a few days ago was actually 221.63. So you can see how close and how much I'm kind of narrowing that down. I'm at 221.25 now. Okay, team, so keep an eye on those targets, because I do believe Tesla is getting ready for a continuation to the downside, and a pretty massive one at that, okay? So why would I say that? Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats now, right? By daily time frame. All right, team, so you know what? This actually reminds me that today, team, we had, again, right, I think but yesterday and today we had two red trades out of 6, or no, out of two red trades out of, I think, 5, right? And I think if you count Tuesday, then we had, Tuesday were 3 green, 2 green yesterday, 2 green today, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we have 8 trades that were green and 2 that were red. right, in the ARCa Bulls members. So please go ahead and consider joining the ARCa Bulls trading team in Discord. And I'll go ahead and include the link here at the top right of your screen, right? So it's around, what is it, like 10 minutes, 10 seconds, right around there. So yeah, team. So let's go ahead and move on here so we can continue this damn thing. All right. So notice that volatility is completely expanding, just like we stated. Today, we got the buy daily close. So that means tomorrow, right? We've been talking about this all week. So that means tomorrow we're going to see where volatility stands. We need volatility to be at or breaking the critical contraction zone of 15% with an upside pivot on both the moving average and the volatility component. Okay? So what that means is that we would potentially fire off a historical signal here. This is the second largest iteration of contraction that we have been in. This is 6 bi-daily iterations. Every bar close here, the blue ones, they're bi-daily reads. Okay, so the largest read we've had on this was a 10 read in 2013. So this marks off clean the largest iteration of contraction that we've had over the last decade. Okay, so this is marking off a very powerful move to the downside of one of which I've already ran the back test for. All right, team. So this is the entire sample set here from any time that volatility has contracted beyond, right below or at within the 15 percentile of contraction and started an expansion phase, right? So the expansion phase back test is done. This is a critical detail that both the moving average and the volatility component, right, the multicolor one, are beyond the 15% with an upside pivot, right? So let's read the stats. So we have a total of 35 iterations throughout the entire trading history of the Tesla asset on the bi-daily time frame, 29 of which were guessed correctly to the downside with an average downside accuracy of just about 83% accuracy. This is a massive signal. The average breakdown here is around 14.70% over the span of about just over 31 days. It's about a month. The standard deviation from this, where 68% of the results land, the 68% of the performers, is a decline of minus 9.90% from the firing of the signal. I have also calculated the upper bounds and lower bounds of the first, second, and third standard deviation in case we move further than the targets that we're looking for. But in reality, I am really looking for the 4.81% decline and the 9.90 followed by the 14.70 naturally, right? We want to make sure that we can keep, reality and not any hopium here. And I'm speaking about the bears here, team. This is a bear play. This is a position short or long puts, right? But this is definitely a bear play. All right, so the Bears are absolutely gaining control here, and they are about to take the cake on this, man. And it's going to be a massive one. If the signal does fire, of course, right? We're waiting for the volatility versus momentum to pivot beyond that 15% in the system, right? So if it does happen and we do fire off at around 224, which is the target that we looked at yesterday. If we fire from 224, the 4.8% move to the downside that we would be expecting would potentially take price action down to 213, which is very close to the 0.5 at 211.56. Great. So we have those targets to look out for. Now, if it does fire from 224, right? I mean, remember, this is conditional. We're going to wait to see tomorrow in the AM to see if it ever happened, right? So it may not have happened, so we got to not rush this. So now, if we do get the full retracement of the mean, you're looking at a minus 14.70% move down to around 191.11. So that puts us at a support range of 191.11 to 194.07. Okay, so just like this here would be 194.07, right? It would be the area that we would be looking for as a primary target, okay? But please remember, right, and you know what? We didn't even measure the 9.90. So let's just say that we were to fire again, right, from that 224 or whatever. That's fine, 223.99 is good. So 9.90%, you're not going to believe where it takes us, right? So check this out. Oh, my goodness. And there it is. And what do you know? 201 79, right at my target of 201.61, team. So the math is mathin', right? The math is certainly mathin'. So we're gonna have to go ahead and see what the volatility versus momentum setup looks like in the AM. But you definitely should consider joining the ARCa Bulls trading team, because we are doing this from a couple minutes before market open, getting our things prepped and trading. Trading every day. Every day, I'm sharing educational content. I'm sharing personal and ARCa Bulls proprietary scripts for indicators and strategies and stuff. So please go ahead and come by. The group is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're all trading live in Discord. Okay, team. So please go ahead and consider hitting that link that I shared at around 10 minutes. You can also get the link in the description below. All right, team. So I think that's a pretty good place to leave off. Pretty long video here, right? Sorry about that, but let's go ahead and kill it. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as it cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Never, 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 never. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.